What do you call a player so controversial that she gets traded twice in just 6 months? DiJonai Carrington. The 2024 WNBA Most Improved Player just completed one of the most shocking journeys in recent basketball history, going from Connecticut Sun to Dallas Wings to Minnesota Lynx faster than you can say flagrant foul. This is the same player who left Caitlin Clark with a black eye during the playoffs, had referees calling security during games, and somehow managed to create chaos everywhere she goes despite being recognized as one of the league's most improved talents. The question isn't whether Carrington can play basketball. It's whether teams can handle the storm that follows her. Let's rewind to the moment that put DiJonai Carrington on everyone's radar. September 2024, first round of the WNBA playoffs, Connecticut Sun versus Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation who had transformed women's basketball, goes up for one of her signature shots. What happens next becomes the most controversial play of the postseason. Carrington comes over to defend and makes direct contact with Clark's face, specifically targeting the eye area. The impact sends Clark's head snapping back, leaving her grabbing her face in obvious pain and sporting a black eye that becomes the story of the playoffs. The aftermath reveals everything you need to know about Carrington's mindset. While Clark deals with physical damage and fans explode across social media, Carrington shows zero remorse. No apology, no acknowledgement that maybe targeting someone's eye crossed a line. Instead, she doubles down, claiming it was just basketball, while the evidence clearly shows otherwise. The incident creates a template for understanding every controversial play that follows. When asked directly about her intent, Carrington's response becomes legendary for all the wrong reasons, basically saying she didn't even know she hit Clark, while simultaneously claiming it was just a basketball play. Fast forward to 2025, and the pattern becomes undeniable. DiJonai Carrington isn't just aggressive. She's systematically targeting star players in ways that go beyond basketball. Take the Skylar Diggins incident from earlier this season. Diggins sprints toward the basket on a fast break, looking for an easy score in transition. Carrington chases her down, and instead of making a clean defensive play, makes direct contact with Diggins' head while supposedly attempting to block the shot. Officials immediately call it a flagrant one, because anyone watching knows this isn't basketball, it's targeting. The Jessica Shepard foul reveals another disturbing element of Carrington's approach. During a game against Minnesota, she goes flying in with reckless abandon, making contact with Shepard's face during what should be a routine defensive play. But here's where it gets really problematic. Her own teammates start getting caught in the crossfire. The same reckless energy that targets opponents begins affecting her own locker room chemistry. Players who should trust their teammates start questioning whether playing alongside Carrington is worth the constant risk of getting hurt by friendly fire. Here's something that's never happened in WNBA history until DiJonai Carrington came along. During a post-game conversation following a Dallas Wings loss, the exchange between Carrington and referee escalated so quickly that the official made an unprecedented decision. He called for security backup. Think about that for a moment. A trained professional referee, someone who handles heated exchanges with players for a living, decided he needed protection from a basketball player during what should have been routine post-game communication. Carrington's response on social media makes the situation even worse. She writes that having security called during a civil conversation is insane, showing zero self-awareness about how her behavior is perceived. If your idea of civil conversation requires security backup, that tells you everything about your approach to communication. Other players and coaches watch in complete shock as security gets called on a player during a basketball game. Veterans who had been in the league for years say they had never witnessed anything like this level of dysfunction in professional basketball. Just when you think Carrington's controversies couldn't get any worse, she finds new ways to make headlines. During a recent game against the Los Angeles Sparks, Carrington appears to pull rookie Sarah Ashley Barker down by her hair while contesting a rebound. Picture the optics of a veteran player targeting a rookie in such an obvious and non-basketball way. This isn't about being physical or playing tough defense anymore. This is about a player whose approach has become so toxic that it affects every aspect of the game. The incident with Barker represents a new low because it shows Carrington's behavior isn't limited to established stars. She's willing to target anyone, including rookies just trying to establish themselves in the league. The hair pulling becomes symbolic of everything wrong with her approach. It's obvious, it's intentional, and it has nothing to do with basketball. Fans and analysts immediately recognize this as another example of Carrington crossing lines that shouldn't be crossed in professional sports. Now here's where the story gets really interesting. Despite being named the 2024 Most Improved Player and making the All-Defensive First Team, DiJonai Carrington gets traded twice in 6 months. Connecticut Sun ships her to Dallas Wings in February 2025, and Dallas immediately realizes they've inherited a problem they can't solve. After months of defending the indefensible, Dallas Wings do what everyone saw coming. They ship Carrington out of town again, this time to Minnesota Lynx. The trade details tell you everything about how teams view Carrington's value versus her baggage. Dallas receives Diamond Miller, Carly Samuelson, and a 2027 second-round pick in return. Diamond Miller was the second overall pick in 2023 and earned all-rookie team honors, averaging over 12 points per game with impressive three-point shooting. That's real talent Dallas can build around without worrying about eye pokes, security incidents, or hair-pulling controversies. Meanwhile, Minnesota gets, well, good luck with that experiment. Here's what makes this trade absolutely fascinating. Minnesota Lynx are sitting pretty with the best record in the WNBA and positioning themselves as a major threat to win the championship. They're a team built on chemistry, veteran leadership, and championship culture. Now they've willingly imported chaos into their locker room by trading for a player whose specialty is creating problems that go way beyond basketball. The timing makes this even more questionable. This trade happens right after Lynx star player suffered an injury, meaning they needed reliable depth and steady veteran presence. Instead, they added a player who leads the league in flagrant fouls and has referees calling security during games. Coach Cheryl Reeves has built a championship-caliber program in Minnesota, but even the best coaches struggle to fix players whose problems run this deep. Some analysts suggest Reeves is the one person who can fix Carrington, but let's be real. When your issues include targeting opponents' faces and creating hostile situations with officials, you might be beyond coaching. DiJonai Carrington's double trade represents more than just one problematic player changing teams. It's the WNBA grappling with a fundamental question about how much talent excuses dangerous behavior. The league has faced increasing criticism for tolerating aggressive play that crosses safety lines, and Carrington has become the poster child for this debate. Her situation proves that being named Most Improved Player doesn't matter if your improvement comes with a pattern of targeting star players and creating dysfunction wherever you go. Dallas Wings made the smart move by admitting their mistake and moving on. They've cleared their roster of drama and added legitimate talent that can help build something sustainable. Meanwhile, Minnesota just imported a problem that could derail their championship aspirations faster than they can say security. The ultimate irony is watching a championship contending team trade for a player whose specialty seems to be getting ejected from big games and creating headlines for all the wrong reasons. Only time will tell if Minnesota's gamble pays off or if they just sacrificed their championship culture for a player who brings more chaos than championships.